Hello Scorpio, welcome to Creators on the Crest. I'm Stephanie, this is Blazer the Morkie, and we're bringing you your reading for the next 10 days. We'll start off today with a card for your overall energy. We'll be taking a look at your energies, the energies connected to you, and then how they interact and mingle in the middle. And then we will close it off with an oracle card for the Scorpio collective. Keep in mind, these are general readings, so take only what resonates and leave the rest. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, rising, and north node for additional context and texture. And I have all the fun links in the description below if you'd like to book a personal reading or connect with me otherwise. Okay, Scorpio, let's get into this. The next 10 days for you. We're going to get a card from the Wildwood Tarot for your overall energy here. And you're giving me the Eight of Pentacles. In this deck, it's called the Eight of Stones, and it's a skill. So Scorpio, you might be honing your craft or your skill. You may be working with someone, this other energy that I'm picking up in your reading here. You could be working with someone on something. So we'll take a look and see how that factors in here to what's going on. So on your side, you get the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Six of Cups, and Five of Pentacles. Partnership is definitely on your mind. Now, this could be business partnership, so partnering doing something you love, or it could mean your romantic partner. There's definitely an energy of you giving in this situation, giving of the heart, giving from the heart. I don't know if that energy is completely in balance. You do have the Five of Pentacles here, which is a little bit of a feeling of letdown. So I don't know if you've put a lot of hard work into something with someone else and you're kind of feeling a bit left down. We're really going to have to clarify there, because I'm not seeing how that lines up with these other energies quite yet. But as we go deeper, we will uncover what that is. In their energy, they get the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, and the Moon. This person seems to be doing okay, even pretty good from a financial perspective. They seem to kind of have everything together, or they give the impression that they have everything together. They may be someone who has more information or experience than you. This could be a boss relationship or somebody that you report to. They maybe aren't that great with dealing with conflict. They could be a little bit passive aggressive. They could be a little bit, I kind of get the sense of a kind of fakey feeling from this person. So I wonder if, you know, they're kind of, it feels to me like maybe they don't know how to appreciate you. And if this isn't a romantic partnership, sometimes we have to communicate to our partners if we don't feel heard, respected, appreciated. So that could be the case for some of you. Now, this person has the Moon here. So there might be something a bit hidden. That could be intentional, but it could also just be part of their healing process, something that they need to work on. We'll see. In the connecting energies, you get the Chariot and the Five of Cups. There's some emotions involved here. There's a lot of intuitive energies floating between the two of you. So there is something that works. On the same token though, I don't know if this connection is incredibly balanced, because there's still this sadness in here, and maybe you're both feeling it. Ooh, let's clarify, because I'm really interested to see what does this mean. Let's look at this Two of Cups here. Partnership, romance, an offering, an exchange of love between two people. What do you get for that? Maybe some of you have been working really hard on your relationships, your partnerships. Some of you could be in couples counseling, or it's just been an area of focus for you. For the Two of Cups, you get the Judgment card and the Hanged Man. This kind of feels like, Scorpio, in your own personal relationship to yourself, you've really overcome something, and it may have to do with how you perceive yourself in a partnership or as a partner. and you've really had to look at things from a different perspective. I still get that feeling that maybe you have expended some energy in a way that does not feel super balanced, like you've given of yourself, you've given of your heart, you've given of your time, you've given of your resources, you're given of your energy, and something just doesn't, it feels like you've recognized this and you've learned you can't just give and give and give if it's not reciprocated in a more balanced way. And I do get that sense here. And it could just be some simple things for some of you where you need your partner to acknowledge your hard work. Like, for example, if you're a stay-at-home parent or you're raising the littles and, you know, they're out working, you know, you might just need that. You have a job too. You may not get paid for it, but you will be paid for it when you see those beautiful children grow up into who they're going to become, right? So it's maybe one of those things though where you would like a little bit of acknowledgement. If there's no children involved, you might just be wanting to be acknowledged for what you are offering, the connection, or this is an important thing to you. If you're single, you want to make sure you're not overgiving, and you want to make sure you're entering into relationships where you feel appreciated and the balance is there. And for the Six of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Three of Cups, gosh, it makes you happy to give to others. It makes you really, you like have that cycle within you. When you give, you receive, and it doesn't necessarily have to be tied up to money for you. It's more energetic. It's more what people are, when you see the results of what you've done. Some of you may work in the area of like charity or a nonprofit organization. Some of you may be in those types of jobs where you're really giving and you can see the results. But do you feel personally appreciated? I'm not sure. You definitely want to pull back on the overgiving. Overgiving is probably something that's left you feeling a bit conflicted within yourself. Or, you know, you just, like, people have come to expect of you that you're going to be the one that does everything, and the moment you let someone else try to take the burden, it kind of, you know, they have this expectation of you. So for the Five of Pentacles, you get the Tower and the Five of Swords. Some of you may have lost a job recently. You've lost a job and it kind of came as a shock and left you wondering and actually moving through some tougher energies to do with your material world than you would like to be facing. Some of you could have had like a big expense come up, like out of nowhere, like all of a sudden you had to pay for something that was unexpected, like a car repair or maybe a medical bill or something like that. And yeah, I just get the sense, Scorpio, that you feel your energy stores are a little low and it's time to kind of shore that up, right? So that you can build your energy back up. I don't think this has always bothered you. I think it's something that you've come to understand recently about yourself. So for the King of Pentacles with the other person, they get the Seven of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. All right. Now, remember I said they were giving me the impression that everything is fine. They got their act together. Some of you may have lost a job, not because of yourself, but because of poor management, or the company itself went bankrupt or something. I'm seeing that on the other side. Maybe some poor decisions were made that factored into this energy. And if this does happen to be a partnership, you could be really trying to get on the same page with your partner about what you're spending on, what you're investing on, what the savings looks like. So there may be some of these conversations going on. This person may tend to at times think they know the right decision to make, but maybe they're not taking your thoughts into account. There's definitely a little bit of a disconnect here. Let's look at, and there could be, for some of you, this could be a little bit of a past life connection here where you're kind of playing out the interactions that were had in the past, and, you know, it doesn't feel that great. And, you know, sometimes in partnerships this happens. So if you are in a loving partnership, sometimes these things come up from us being connected to that soul from long ago. And so seemingly something has kind of come out of nowhere. You're definitely analyzing how much you're giving to the situation. It could be this person's going through the consequences of poor decision on their part. And this is really interesting. For the 5 of Wands, they get the 3 of Swords and the 2 of Cups. Sometimes it feels like they may act toward you or toward partnership. They act on their pain instead of acting on and through their healing and their feeling of wholeness. So I don't know if it's something for them, like with growing up, their parents struggled, or they were part of a family business maybe and there were some pressures. But it's, this person struggles with balance, particularly in when they're offering compliments or love or emotional energies. They struggle with balancing that because they are used to conflict and pain. They may be someone who, when you do try to express some emotion to them, they're unable to respond appropriately because they are carrying this. Let's see what this moon is here, because this is the sense I was getting they were kind of hiding. The King of Cups and the 7 of Swords. Yes, they're turning away. With the 7 of Swords, they're trying to escape dealing with something that has hurt their heart. That's very clear here. I feel like they've made some poor decisions based on this too, and that's what's hard. You may see this. If this is like a partner, you love them, you're like, why are you doing this? Like, because I see you in this King of Cups. You may be seeing potential energies here that just aren't anchored in reality for this person because they're avoiding how they need to feel their way through the pain and the challenge that they've had in their life in some way. It could be with you. This could be a partnership where things have come into question. We're going to check these energies in the middle here. This could also be a work relationship that's kind of severing itself. Yeah, you're definitely questioning how much you give to this, or if you give to this at all. For the Chariot, you bring in the 2 of Pentacles. That's kind of like, well, what am I going to decide here? They bring the 8 of Cups, which is, again, they have their back turned. They have their back turned to love or to expressing emotionally in this connection, in this relationship. And you're like, well, how much more am I going to give to this? The Chariot itself is connected to the card of Cancer, so a fellow water sign. But in this case, the Chariot seems a bit stalled, like it's not moving, like we're kind of at a point of, we really need to get clear on what our intuition is. And you're trying to decide what kind of practical move you make here. And I feel like it's the practical move that will best support you and your energies. But you're not quite at that decision point. I think you may find it helpful to have a little bit of time with the gray area rather than yes or no, black or white, on or off. If you kind of go in between, you may find your answers. For the 5 of Cups in the middle of this connection, you bring in the 8 of Pentacles and they have the 5 of Wands. So more and more, Scorpio, what it feels like to me is you gave and gave and gave, and you worked and worked and worked hard at this relationship, with this partnership, whether it be work related or romantic. And this other person, all they did was contribute conflict, and that leaves sadness in the middle here. So, you know, this could be a work partnership where you worked with family, the family business has dissolved. It's these kind of big things, you know, and your job right now You've been putting a lot of work into this. And you've definitely questioned how much of your energy stores you're going to continue to give. And I feel like that's what you need to figure out right now. With the Judgment card and the Hanged Man coming up for you, I feel like turning back to yourself is important right now so you can figure out the next best decision and the next steps to take when it comes specifically to you connected to this other person's energy here. We may be looking at you deciding to cut things off. That may be what's happening for some of you. It could also be where there's an ultimatum involved for some of you. Whew. It's kind of funny when it's general because it's the same theme. It's a similar theme that I have opened the door to, but it might be expressing in your life a little differently, each of you being a unique Scorpio. And Scorpio, you got number 50, childlike devotion. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. Love includes both acceptance and respect. Love is the essence of the situation at hand. Making a shift into greater love of self will bring you more love from others. The truth is that you will receive more love when you are able to accept the love that is given to you. The love coming into your life may or may not be romantic love. Look for ways in which you can begin to connect with others. Allow your emotions to become evident. And Scorpio knows sometimes that's a little bit hard for you. You tend to want to keep things a little more private, a little more hidden. And I'm not saying that all of a sudden you just accept what this other person has on offer to you, because it's not looking that good. It's looking like they're bringing you conflicting energies. So it has to be that return to the self that we got with that Hanged Man for you. Returning back to yourself and getting that cup, that love, that chalice needs to be full and overflowing. And then you can move on. And you had the Six of Cups, which is a childlike, loving energy. This is energy that you present to yourself. Scorpio, very cool reading. Remembering always that you are absolutely worthy of all you have to give. And I can't wait to see you next time.